Welcome back to the YouTube channel where today we have finally received all our forged carbon. And it's been a long time coming, but it was delivered in this massive crate. And as you can see, we now have the rear diffuser in normal carbon, the bottom panel, the fog light surrounds, the headlight washer caps, and then we also have my carbon around the back. So we have the forged carbon front splitter, side skirts, and I can honestly say the workmanship on this looks top tier. Let's not forget we also have the side skirts for my dad's car and the front number plate panel, of course. So both cars are going to be complete and they're going to both look absolutely amazing. So let's head outside and we're going to finalize my car and then we're going to start on the dad's one in the coming days. So we're going to start off by fitting my front splitter and my side skirts, and then we'll get fitting all of this body kit when we get round to it. So if you're not new around here, you would have seen that we previously installed my forged carbon rear diffuser on the back of my RS, and then if we head round to the front, well, on the side we also installed forged carbon wing mirror caps, and on the front, well, we've now also installed the carbon canards. We also have the fog surrounds, headlight washers, and the number plate panel already. But finally we can replace this old and worn TRC front splitter and hide this plastic underneath. And let's not also forget, we'll also be fitting the side skirts. So as I said before, this has been a very long time coming. My RS needs to be complete. We have plenty shows and I know you guys are gonna wanna see it when it is on display. But before we get to work on my RS, let me show you what we're working with on my dad's RS as well. So similarly to my old diffuser, he has the exact same one with the rear spats going on the side and the front of the car as well. But currently he has no real carbon on the outside bar his rear wiper, and well, that's about it. On the side he has some fake carbon caps, some fake carbon door handles, but all of this is gonna go because it's turning into real carbon. He even has a little carbon wrap on the front, and this is definitely going. So we're gonna start with a front splitter on mine, and that means getting the car lifted, getting underneath, taking the old splitter off and getting a new one on. But I'll show you the whole process as and when we're doing it. So as you can see, I've just gone inside and I've picked up my carbon parts and I've put them just where they're gonna be sitting. And as you can see, when the sun hits this, wow, look at the pattern on that. I'm super impressed. I say this all the time. And maybe I'm just a big, I don't know, maybe I'm a fiend for forged carbon, but even look at the sides. That is gonna look absolutely amazing on the car, and it's just gonna tie it all in absolutely perfectly. But I think it's enough talking. Let's actually get these on the car and show you what it looks like during the process and when it's finished. So we're gonna start with the easiest job first, move my RS onto the ramps, because otherwise we're definitely not getting under there with how low it currently sits. So enjoy the cold start and moving it onto here. So as you can see, after that massive struggle of rearranging about 50 times, we finally got it up on the ramp, but there's still not quite enough access underneath to obviously fit somebody like me. So I now think I might have to actually put this on axle stands, which isn't ideal. So I won't put you through the pain of me putting this on axle stands, but I'll get it up and then I'll show you guys where we're sitting with that after. So you people are probably gonna tell me off for this, but what I've actually done is I've supported it with an axle stand on this side, and I'm also supporting it with the jack. If we go underneath, there's now plenty of space. So there's more than enough access for me to do whatever I need. I'm not gonna be under here for completely ages, and all goes well, that jack right there should probably save my life if this does go pear-shaped. But as you can see on this side, the wheel is actually down, so we should be okay. I know that's usually famous last words, but now we can actually start to take this off and make this look miles better. So now you guys have finished crucifying me, I'm gonna show you what we're actually doing. So underneath, you'll see there's quite a few bolts for this under tray, just along the bottom. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove every single one of them, and then we're gonna actually also have to remove part of the arch lining to get these bolts out. So this could actually be potentially looking like a wheel off job unless I can squeeze just behind here and get it done. And lo and behold, as you guys can probably guess, even in the next clip before I even started, I thought, well, I'm gonna take the wheels off, I'm gonna give myself more access, and we're gonna do this properly, because if I don't, I'm gonna regret it, and it's gonna take a hell of a lot longer to actually complete this job. So now I've cracked them all off, let's get it up on axle stands for the second time and then take both the wheels off. So a lot of you guys will definitely be more happy with me, both safely up on axle stands. So now we can attack the front splitter like we was meant to about 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna start by removing the under tray on the front of the car, and then also the little mesh under there as well. I won't bore you guys with that, because basically that's about 8 screws underneath, and then it will all drop down, but I will show you me removing the front splitter, because at the end of the day, that's what the video is all about, and that's what you guys want to see. Well, it's either you want to see that or you just want to see the finished product, so let me get on with it. So now we finally have the front splitter off. As you can see, there was 1 screw here, 2, 3, and it was mirrored on the other side. So these were on with nuts and bolts, so we're going to do the exact same thing and try maybe replicate these holes. So it's a bit dark, you guys can't really see, but there's here, here, and there's some around here as well. We're going to do a test fit of the Forged Carbon one off camera just to see how it looks, but we're not going to reveal that to you guys as of yet, because of course I need you guys to watch the whole video, and if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe, because the end result is going to be absolutely amazing. So it's a whole lot of work we're struggling, but let me get that on and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. So just before we do get it on, I want to show you the weight difference. I know you guys can't really tell here, but so this takes quite a lot of force. This is plastic. It takes quite a lot to lift up, but as you can see with this one, I mean, this is absolutely weighs next to nothing. You can tell it's pre-peg carbon. It's absolutely fantastic. And I can just literally throw it up and move it around like it's nothing. But wow. Now the sun's hit it, look at that. But let's get it on. So the lip is on, but I've actually had to call in reinforcements because, of course, with carbon, it doesn't always fit perfectly, but we're getting there. So we've put 2 fixings in either side, and now we're actually going to get the rest of the fixings in and line it up properly. So with this, we are noticing that we're going to have a little gap here, but once fixed, it does minimize and you can't really see it. So as you can hear, he's getting on with it, and I'm going to then do the other side, potentially. Or I might let him do it, because if he's done it once, doing it twice is no problem. And there we have it. The front of the car is fully fixed. So as you can see, it's all on. We do still have a tiny gap here, but if we do head underneath, as you'll see, we have some fixings in the car, nuts and bolts, and this is the same on either side. So it is unfortunately a self-tapper on the end because we can't get access to that, but we'll change that down the line when we can. But we've got nuts and bolts all along, and it is looking miles better than the standard one. Just have a look at this, even though it's not on the floor. How much better is that? So now we're going to move on to fitting the side skirts, which is also going to be even more of a pain than the front. But we're going to leave the car jacked as it is, get these off, get the new ones on, and then we'll move from there. So it turns out for the side skirts, we're going to have to take some of the arch lining off to access this first screw. And then we're literally just going to have to fight and try fit our fingers underneath all of this. So as you can see, there's a screw there. Well, nut and bolt, nut and bolt, nut and bolt, and nut and bolt. And maybe one more on the end, just there. So as you say, well, as I just said, I'm going to have to fight and get my fingers in between, and there's literally no room down there. So it's going to be an absolute pain, but we'll get it done and just see the final product. So once again, I'm not going to show you the fight and struggle, but let me get it on and I'll show you. So what we've had to do is remove these little push clips. Then this way, the side skirt is much easier to move. As you can see, just here, it gives you a lot more flex and you can actually work with it. So now we're just removing the 6 nuts and bolts that are in there, and then we'll get the old skirt off and put the new one on. So we've almost got the side skirt off. It's basically there, but we've just got one more down here to get out, but it's proving to be a right pain. So unfortunately the mic has died, but fortunately we have got the side skirt on. All nuts and bolts all along, and as you can see, this is different. This is very nice. If we stand from here, look at the shape on that. That just looks head and shoulders clear of the old one. So this is the after, and the before, it's just like this. What one do you guys prefer? Because I definitely know what I prefer, and if you know me by now, you clearly know I prefer the after. So we're gonna get this one on, lower the car, and then I'll recoup back with you guys when it's all finished on the floor, and I'll show you exactly how it looks and whether we can even get off the driveway. And after all that time, it's finally complete. So this side is done. So aero cannons flows nicely into the carbon side skirt and then curls up and it finalizes at the rear. Just look how nice that looks, ties in all perfectly. So for anyone doing this, there's 6 plastic push clips underneath the side skirt, and if you don't take these out, you're not fitting side skirt extensions at all, whether they're carbon or plastic, TRC, Maxton, whatever. You need to take them out, and to do that you just get a little Phillips head or flat head, push them through and they pop out easy as, and then you get a lot of flex on the side skirt. So what you'll then have to do is reach up, nut and bolt, so on, drill through. A lot of people don't like drilling, but to fit them, obviously you need to do it. So once you've done that, put the clips back in and you'll have something along the lines of this. And then once you've done, put your wheels and drop it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, get it on the floor, and then I'll see if I can even get off my driveway. So there we have the car fully on the floor, and to me that looks miles better at the front, it looks miles better on the side. Of course we've already seen how nice the rear looks, but this side as well, miles better. So I'm absolutely over the moon with this. We're just going to do some final touches and then I'll show you if I can actually even get off my drive. As you know, we've had previous problems getting off this slope. So with this, do you think it's going to be better or worse? Me personally, I think it should be okay, but let's finish it up and then I'll show you guys that as well. But just before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share with your friends, and let me know in the comments, do you prefer this look or do you prefer the old plastic kind of look? I prefer this, but let me know down below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button just here. So I'm gonna hand the camera over to the dad and he is gonna just film here to see if I can actually get off of this slope.
Hey, cleared it here. Yeah, easy.
So as you just saw there, it easily clears the driveway. So that is way better than before. So I'm very happy with it. Maybe it still has to lower just a tad, but even when it does, look at the gap that has. It's like a monster truck again, just without the height under here. So miles better. So if you liked today's video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share with all your friends if you want to see more content on the Focus RS. We also need to do his one over there, so if you want a more in-depth tutorial on how we done it, hit the subscribe button and I'll get that out to you guys when we do his one. I appreciate it was slightly rushed today, but it took a hell of a lot of time to get this finished, but it's finally done. And now we know how to do mine. Like I say, when we do his, it's going to be much easier and I can show you guys exactly how to do it. But once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share with your friends, and until the next video, drive safe.